a.k.a. financial freedom fighter, a.k.a. Todd Clark Smash. Let go. Peace, family. Today, what I'm going to be doing for us, family, I'm going to be decoding the 4th Industrial Revolution and the 5th Industrial Revolution. Invest into the robot that's replacing your job, family. That's what we're going into today. Invest into the robot that's replacing your job. I got a few videos lined up. I'm going to put it all together. I'm going to make it all make sense. You know, hopefully, let me turn it down. Let me turn the music down a little bit for us, family. Let me turn it down. It's time to get into this science. You know, you know what? I want to say, first of all, shout out to all the communities that I'm a part of. Shout out to the new subscribers, to the new listeners. This channel is deeper than cryptos and blockchains, and I'm going to explain to you why again. See, I created this for you to like, for you to share, for you to comment, for you to subscribe, but most importantly, to re-educate your family and friends on what's going on in this digital blockchain, cryptocurrency, and so on and so forth. How this can be the greatest transfer of wealth. Family, we're in a war without guns. This your bread dad, blue dad wealth war, and I'm telling you, I'm a drill sergeant here in this space, and I'm telling you, we are in a war without guns, family. No guns. We're in a financial war, family. A financial war. We in a industrial war, family, where technology can replace your job, and is already replacing your job. Some people's not going back to their job, family. And let's just face it, they ain't went back yet. They ain't going back. Not to that particular job, family. So I'm finna decode this, man, so we can learn how to invest into the robot that's gonna replace our job. But I'm not a financial advisor, no investment advisor. Some of these cryptos I can talk about, it can make you a hero, or it can make you a shero, or best believe it can make you a zero. Anytime you take money out your pocket, it's a good chance you might not get it back, family. You got to take control of your dollar to the cents. If you don't take control of your dollar to the cents, then it's going to take control of you to your cents until you have no red cents, family. Be an overseer of your own money, family, so you can knock your time clock off the wall, so you can help knock your family time clock off the wall. Because now we are in the greatest transfer of wealth, family. So I'm here to decode this little video. These people who control the world, they're not behind the scenes anymore. They have came back front scene. They on front line. They telling you via YouTube what they're doing, how they're changing the financial system, how they're changing the health system, how they're doing everything. They're not hiding it. They say what we'll do to you, we'll put it into stones. Georgia Guidestones, family. This ain't something that I'm making up. These are things that you can look and research yourself. If you got eyes to see and ears to listen, you can take advantage of it because they're telling you everything that they're doing. So get prepared, family. You know, get prepared for it. And that's why I created this channel, because it's deeper than cryptos and blockchain. It is a half truth. It's up to you to decide out what is true to you. So let me go ahead and get into the science, family. Let me get into the science. Let your boy Red Dad, Blue Dad, the Wealth War Drill Sergeant, get into the science. We're going to start it off with Charles Schwab. Let's go, family.
The first question is, Dr. Schwab, you developed a terminology called the 4th Industrial Revolution, which became a global norm for various industrial changes. And you even chose this term as the main theme for 2016 World Economic Forum. So now, under current pandemic situation, what impact did COVID-19 have on the 4th Industrial Revolution, and how should countries, companies should respond to it?
That's an excellent question. As a reminder, my notion and my book of the 4th Industrial Revolution is that the innovations we are seeing today in terms of artificial intelligence, the Internet of Things, cloud computing, advanced robotics, and many others, together constitute a new phase in human development, on par or even exceeding previous industrial revolutions in scale and impact. COVID-19, if anything, has accelerated this ongoing industrial revolution. If COVID had happened even 10 years ago, we could not have imagined moving entire companies, schools, and government offices so fast online. Today, that is a reality. The 4th Industrial Revolution has become a reality, not just for the pioneers, but for a broad range of people and workers. we are also seeing macroeconomic consequences, changes. Big tech companies such as Apple, Samsung, Alphabet, Amazon, or Facebook already are among the largest global companies, but the last months have further cemented their leading positions in the market, while others have started to lag further behind. That will prove to be not only the case now, but will be a permanent consequence of COVID-19. But these past few months have also shown that the fourth industrial revolution will not be beneficial to all unless we make conscious choices and investments to ensure that this
The fourth industrial revolution may not be helpful to all. Now let's hear it in his words one more time.
Beneficial to all unless we make conscious have also shown that the fourth industrial revolution will not be beneficial to all unless we make conscious choices and investments to
conscious choices and investments, family. He's telling you, unless you make conscious choices and investments. And you can't make conscious choices and investments if you outside sleep on 95 in a lawn chair with your feet up. Family, you cannot make those kind of decisions if you sleep. If a person can sleep through bed on 95 in the Florida 110 heat with your feet up with a straw hat, and you try to wake that person up, it's a good chance that person might want to hurt you, family. If a person can sleep through that. Have you ever woke a person up that don't want to be woke up, family? Let's go.
Ensure that this is the case. Disadvantaged tools to use, unskilled workers, and non-digitized companies and governments will feel the crisis much more than others. Moreover, both corporate and income inequality have worsened during the last months. So when we build the post-COVID world, when we do the Great Reset, one of the most important places to start will be to ensure that the fruits of the fourth industrial revolutions are really shared by all. It starts with equitable investments, particularly in education and reskilling. And it also implies we come up with a new framework to regulate data ownership, intellectual property and competition in the fourth industrial revolution. This requires public-private cooperation. So, to the participants of this World Knowledge Forum, my message is this. It is very important to embrace the fourth industrial revolution and its technology, as it will determine our future prosperity, like nothing else.
Thank you, Dr. Schwab. I absolutely agree on the fact that current COVID-19 truly enhanced and accelerated the era of fourth industrial revolution. And this fact naturally leads into my next question, which is, what type of leadership is required for international corporations to overcome global challenges such as COVID-19, the US-China conflicts, and so on?
In the short term, we are likely to see an acceleration of economic deglobalization, a trend which is apparent. Less goods will be produced and traded globally. COVID-19 has caused a disruption, as we all likely to see an acceleration of economic deglobalization, a trend which is apparent. Less goods will be produced and traded globally. COVID-19 has caused a disruption, as we all know, in global supply chains. Companies will try and source more products from neighboring or nearby countries to ensure a greater supply chain resilience in case of future disruptions. And indirectly, as you mentioned, we are also seeing a negative impact of COVID-19 on global political and economic relations. COVID-19 has not been good for US-China relations, leading to a worsening of what we call the new Cold War. This will have long-term consequences on global economic cooperation, since companies will very often now emphasize resilience over costs. With China having become in the past the workshop of the world, this reshoring which will happen over the next years will lead to major disruptions, particularly affecting Korea. For Korea, The combination of the short-term and long-term trend means it will be more important than before to invest in relations, to invest in facilities in all parts of the world, including other parts of the emerging Asia, Europe and the Americas. No company or country can rely on production only in one part of the world. We must avoid also that this new Cold War escalates. We have too many shared interests to allow the global system to disintegrate. Two other aspects of globalization, environmental and digital globalization, are in fact on the rise. And the COVID crisis has shown that when it concerns public health, we are globally connected as well. On all these fronts, collaboration is crucial, and I'm thinking particularly of vaccines, which we urgently need so well. When it concerns public health, we are globally connected as well. On all these fronts, collaboration is crucial, and I'm thinking particularly of vaccines, which we urgently need so well and distributed on a global level. Physically, we still can close borders, but virtually, we continue to see ideas, intellectual property, digital goods and services, cyber viruses, unfortunately, and so on many other things spread everywhere. The fact that I'm speaking to you now from Geneva, I think, is a perfect example. One of the consequences of COVID was that we all became more defensive and therefore more egoistic and more nationalistic. But in the end, we share a common fate as a planet and as people who live on it. The right response is to collaborate and to coordinate internationally, so we can address the global challenges posed by climate change and COVID-19 and also continue to use trade as a force for good.
The World Knowledge Forum.
He is the face of the business of the people who controls us. And he's just telling you like it is. He's just that front runner. Just like any president is the face of the business. Now, the second video I have for us, family, is what is the fourth industrial revolution? I'm kind of explaining it, family, so I'm just going to continue to take you down this rabbit hole and show you in a different kind of war. Not a war without guns. They probably signed a treaty that we'll never fight again with guns, family. Why do you think they backed out of Iraq or wherever they was at? They backed out of it, family. No more guns. You do it to yourself, but we can't do it to another country. Can't do it to another country. Just like they signed a PD treaty that's in Antarctica that no one would ever discover in Antarctica. So the same thing's going on all over again to make it an even playing field, but they're using technology to make it an even playing field. So rock with your boy Red there, Blue Dad.
These Swiss mountains that the world was first introduced to the phrase the Fourth Industrial Revolution, and it's been a hot topic among academics, politicians, and business leaders ever since. But what exactly does it mean? The term Fourth Industrial Revolution was coined by the founder of the World Economic Forum, a former professor named Klaus Schwab. Schwab wrote a book with that title to describe an era marked by a technological revolution that is blurring the lines between the physical, digital, and biological spheres. Let's break that down. Technologies like artificial intelligence, autonomous vehicles, or the Internet of Things are becoming ingrained in our day-to-day lives and even our bodies. Think of voice-activated virtual assistants, Face ID recognition, or healthcare sensors. Schwab first presented his vision of the Fourth Industrial Revolution at the World Economic Forum's annual meeting here in Davos in 2016. But to understand the idea, we need to go much further back in history, to Industrial Revolution number 1. The first Industrial Revolution started in Great Britain around 1760 and spread to Europe and North America through the early 1800s. It was powered by a major invention, the steam engine. The result? New manufacturing processes, the creation of factories, and a booming textiles industry. From the late 1800s, the second industrial revolution was marked by mass production and new industries like steel, oil, and electricity. The light bulb, telephone, and internal combustion engine were a few of the major inventions of this era. The third industrial revolution, sometimes known as the digital revolution, occurred in the second half of the 20th century. In just a few decades, we saw the invention of the semiconductor, personal computer, and the internet. So what separates the fourth industrial revolution from the third? Experts say the main difference is that technology is merging more and more with humans' lives, and that technological change is happening faster than ever. Consider this. It took 75 years for 100 million users to adopt the telephone. Instagram signed up 100 million users in just 2 years, while Pokemon Go caught that amount in 1 month. 3D printing is just one example of fast-paced technology in the fourth industrial revolution. The industry has gone from a business idea to big business, with 3D printer shipments expected to increase from just under 200,000 in 2015 to 2.4 million in 2020. Today, you can have a hip replacement from a 3D printed bone, or use a 3D printed bionic arm. Talk about blurring the line between humans and technology, right? This new era of technology is driving a lot of innovation. You can see in this chart the number of patents related to the fourth industrial revolution for things like 3D printing or AI has been climbing up and up since early 2000. Organizations are embracing new technologies to make their businesses more efficient, similar to how they embraced the steam engine during the first industrial revolution. But some companies and governments are struggling to keep up with the fast pace of technological change. Research shows innovators, investors, and shareholders benefit the most from innovation. The risk is that the fourth industrial revolution is making inequality, which is already a big issue, even worse. One study found billionaires have driven almost 80% of the 40 main breakthrough innovations over the last 40 years. That's a problem when the richest 1% of households already own nearly half of the world's wealth. Experts warn we are in a winner-takes-all economy, where high-skilled workers are rewarded with high pay and the rest of workers are left out. Studies confirm technologies like AI will eliminate some jobs and create demand for new skills that many workers don't have. Privacy concerns are another issue as the fourth industrial revolution turns every company into a tech company. Industries from food to retail to banking are going digital, and they're collecting a lot more data about their customers along the way. Users are starting to worry that companies know too much about their private digital lives. The World Economic Forum says a majority of leaders don't have confidence their organizations are ready for the changes associated with the fourth industrial revolution. With tech changing fast every day, it's time to catch up.
There it is right there, family. You know, the proof is in the pudding, man, that these technologies are here. The fourth industrial revolution is real. Just got to have eyes to see and ears to listen. Where you get a chance to invest into these things, man, possibility to take you into a whole other tax bracket like your great-grandfather them and your grandfather had a chance that they had eyes to see and ears to listen to take advantage of. So right now, one of my main things, my next thing that I want to go into is Amazon. Amazon is the number one stock, far as I know, far as the company. So we got to understand what are they thinking? What is their mind? And when it comes to this particular thing that we in, and I'm gonna show this video here, and it's gonna explain to you that Amazon is one of the busiest companies out there, one of the most successful companies out there. And if AI and robots didn't exist, then how would everything just would all make sense? How would they get all these packages out? How would they do all these deliveries and come up with these new things? But what makes it special and what makes it unique is that they understand that injury comes. Can people keep up with that with all these orders? So they'll let people themselves talk about it and make the oppose the excuse of why this robot is going to replace the job because of complaints. So let's rock with your boy Red there, do that on us.
With a little help from an unlikely cast of characters, as David Pogue will show us.
Last year, we spent $386 billion on stuff from Amazon. That's half of all our online spending. And the bigger Amazon gets, the more unwelcome attention it gets for its workplace conditions.
Working for Amazon is a highly dangerous job, much more than working for its big box competitors.
They deny us a good working condition.
Especially from employees like Jennifer Bates, who testified before a Senate committee.
My work day feels like a 9-hour intense workout every day. And they track our every move.
Now, Amazon points out that its warehouse workers make over twice the national minimum wage and get full medical benefits and a company-matched 401k plan. But this headline must have really hurt. According to the government, Amazon workers were seriously injured about twice as often last year as employees in other warehouses.
Safety is our top priority with our employees. So in 2020, we invested over $1 billion into safety and programs and processes around movement and ergonomics. This year, we are doing an additional $300 million investment.
Kevin Keck is Amazon's Director of Advanced Technology. His team invited us to spend a day in the company's secret technology facility near Seattle. Clearly, Amazon wants to demonstrate that it's working on the safety problem. I understand that not a lot of TV crews have come through here.
Yeah,
None. So why is it in your interest to show the public what you're working on?
Because people can see that we are truly innovating and investing in technology to help our employees in their safety and comfort.
For starters, how are the injuries happening in the first place?
About 40% of our injuries are musculoskeletal. Sprains and strains and things that come from repetitive motion.
Megan Huden is the facility's product development director. To study exactly how workers move, her team straps 17 orange transmitters onto employees of various shapes and sizes.
David, now that you're in the suit, you can see your data displayed on screen.
I tried on the motion capture suit, too.
Yeah, you see your movements. The one on the right is your right shoulder, and the one on the left is how your back is moving. So when you bend, when you twist, when you move side to side, it's understanding how you're moving.
I'm sorry, did you say something? This experiment has already revealed one way that Amazon can reduce injuries, just by adjusting the handle positions on the crates, known as totes, that move Amazon orders around the warehouses. This tote's handle positions prevent you from lifting over your head. Oh, you don't want people lifting?
No, it's actually much safer to keep the weight below your shoulders.
Oh, okay.
So let's try a tote that has a different handle positioning on that short side.
Wouldn't this one with these holes be more convenient because I don't have to reach all the way across? I can just, like that?
Actually, no. The sensor on your hand is telling us that your left wrist is rotated much farther than what is safe for any amount of time.
It's because it's underhand instead of overhand.
That's right.
Yeah. Robots play a huge role in Amazon's warehouses, which it calls fulfillment centers. Low-rider robots bring stacks of bins over to employees, who fish out what you've ordered and send it off to be packaged. But the human work involves a lot of reaching up and bending down, which contributes to repetitive motion injuries. Amazon's solution? A new robot, the big yellow one you can see here, known as Ernie. Amazon's new robots are named for Sesame Street characters.
The robot uses his arm to select the tote, pull it off the shelf, and then the conveyance brings that directly to Teresa. Teresa is no longer having to step up and reach into a bin to get product, or bend down and pull product out.
What is it that Teresa needs to do that a robot couldn't do?
Teresa has to discern what product to pick. The monitor tells her what she's looking for, but that container could be full of multiple kinds of product.
Now, in most warehouses, safety cages separate the robots from the people. But robotics director Kevin Keck showed us some robot prototypes.
Let's just stop right there.
That can share the same space with people.
Kermit is an autonomous guided cart, or AGC, that we developed to help with this process of moving empty totes. Kermit follows this line. So let's test the safety system. I'll let you do the honors of setting the cone out on Kermit's path.
Good luck with that, Kermit.
And Kermit stops. There's something in its way. Kermit sees that we're all out of the way, and off he goes.
Crisis averted. For heavier cargo, Amazon will soon unleash a more substantial self-driving robot called Scooter.
If you imagine going from an airplane to a trailer on the other side of a building, an employee would then push that cart across. We thought, hey, we can automate that.
But perhaps Keck's proudest prototype is this little guy.
This is Bert. This is pretty early technology. You're the first one to see it, as a matter of fact.
And what is Bert carrying usually?
Bert will carry packages, totes. If an employee needed to take something to the other side of the building, they would say, I need a Bert, and a Bert would come over and take it to where it needs to go.
Bert doesn't need lines on the floor. It uses artificial intelligence and LiDAR, laser pulses, to see the world around it. I'm going to be somebody on my phone, not paying attention, and I'm going to... Hey, nice job. Your thing works.
It works. It's pretty great tech.
In fact, Amazon says that robots like Bert and Ernie are the most advanced warehouse robots in the world. But not because they get the job done faster.
They're slower than people, but they're a lot safer. So we think that's a good trade-off.
Now, to a critic, all of these robots in the room might seem to ignore the elephant in the room, that Amazon's injury rate is high, not because it doesn't have enough robots, but because the company sets too demanding a pace for its workers. Amazon told us, we are committed to giving employees the resources they need to be successful, creating time for regular breaks and a comfortable pace, and working directly with anyone who needs additional support to meet their goals. So far, what I've seen here today are robots saving people from doing more stuff. And is the end goal of that to get rid of the people entirely?
No, you approach automation and robotics around working together with people and helping people and benefiting them. Since 2012, when we started first deploying robotics broadly here at Amazon, we've put in 350,000 robots. In that same time, we have over 1 million jobs that we've created, and we're still hiring.
Keck says that all the investments in warehouse safety are beginning to pay off.
We did see in 2020, in the category of musculoskeletal disorders, through programs that we had launched, that we had reduced by 32%, which is pretty incredible.
And what's the goal by 2025?
It's to cut it by 50%, recordable injuries by 50%.
Wow. And you're putting that out there, so we can come back in a few years and see how you did.
Yep. I hope all the technology I showed you here today helps contribute to that success.
All right, so June 1st, 2025, this spot.
Let's do it.
Let's get it done. Let's do it. Family. So I'm just showing you a run event. I'm showing you the time what was the red and blue that I just built. I showed you how to use the cooling tool and the big tool to say that the fourth industrial revolution is right? Boy, Charles Snow, right? Then I explained to you through industrials how we get to the fourth industrial revolution, right? I explained it, right? So now, and then you see fourth industrial revolution already being used to build one of the best number one companies as far as investing into, as far as being successful is Amazon, right? And it's showing you how they use just people themselves with injuries and stuff, how the robots can prevent injuries and do things that humans can do, but injuries humans normally get injury from it, but the robot can do it to prevent injuries and keep that down, right? So I was showing you that. But what's hidden into those types of things is we gotta understand that they're wanting to deal with humanity and how the fourth industrial revolution is already here and doing it daily and using it in our cell phones, applications, Tesla self-driving cars, drones that we see in the air. So we gotta realize that we are heading into a fifth industrial revolution. So my next video is to show you what the cooties flu and the beer flu have done, how it has speeded up humanity into the fifth industrial revolution. For those who don't know, I also want to show a short video of what the fifth industrial revolution is. There you go.
So you may have heard of Industry 4.0, the fourth industrial revolution. And that really is all about how all of our different types of iPhones and smart devices and sensors and buildings and computers and health measurements and anything you might be wearing or walking into is actually connected to each other. And that's the fourth industrial revolution, is the idea that we are working with software and hardware and data in a connected fashion. But, 4.0 is a bit passé now, by the way. Everyone is now starting to talk about Industry 5.0. Countries like Japan are already developing economic plans around Industry 5.0, the fifth industrial revolution. And we're all sitting here going, excuse me, 4.0's only really just started getting talked about. True. But you can't just wait for things to happen to you. The best way to predict the future is actually to create it. So we have to start jumping ahead and leapfrogging to Industry 5.0. But what is the fifth industrial revolution? It's the idea that all of this tech and all of this robotic stuff, when it's all connected and is working very well, it's actually about putting the human at the center of that. So how will Industry 4.0 actually help humanity? I love the idea that robotics will actually allow us to be more human. It sounds controversial, but when we don't have to worry so much about your Excel spreadsheets, and we can start thinking more about the big, nasty issues and problems that we have to face, we can start spending more time in our communities, we can spend more time talking to our teenagers, we can spend more time hanging out with each other and looking after our health and ourselves. That, for me, is where 5.0 will really come into its own. In terms of the working week, they reckon no more than 3 days a week will be necessary, which I'm sure quite a lot of people will be very happy to hear. But it doesn't mean that you can sit around doing nothing for 4 days of the week. That is when you will be working in your social communities. It's when you will be enjoying art galleries, a bit of forest bathing, going for a walk by the coast. And I'm really looking forward to the idea of even having a weekend off, let alone being able to say I only have to work a 3-day week. So Industry 5.0, is it somewhere in the ether? No, it's already there. And when we look at it in terms of economic plan, economic growth, business development, that cybernetic human-cyborg relations is actually the front and key of business development and client engagement going forward.
Family, this was number like 2 minutes, you know what I'm saying? But she said a mouthful in those little 2 minutes. She said a mouthful. And just to sum it all up on what she said, we are in the 5.0. Just get us, and the thing that I like to say, get it down to a 3-day work week. So who doing all the working, family? Who working? You already know who working. The robots. The ones that already replaced your job. So your boy Red Dad, Blue Dad here to break it down and decode it so you can invest into the robot that's replacing your job. So I got one more video that I want to show you of the ones that's possibility, most likely already is ones that's going to replace your job. And where they're going to start in the health field, which is one of the biggest industries. So then my next video I want to show right now is that girl Sophia, if it ever comes up. Come on now, let's go. I overworked this computer, man, I'm telling you. So I want to show this video here on this girl Sophia, right? I want to show you where Sophia is right now. So Sophia and other robots that's like it, you know what I'm saying, are the ones that you ain't got to worry about catching the cooties flu. You ain't got to worry about catching the bear flu. You ain't got to worry about anything. These are the ones that's going to take care of you, family. These are the ones, it ain't going to be your dog no more, family, where the people walking around with the dogs claiming that, you know, it's for health reasons. They're going to be walking around with these robots. You know what I'm saying? You're going to be able to talk to these robots. These robots are going to know all your medical records. A dog is great, family. A dog is gorgeous. A dog is some people's best friend. A woman's my best friend. But to some people, a dog is their best friend, and I love dogs. But a dog can only do so much. A dog can't talk. But Sophia can. Other robots like Sophia can talk. They can be able to understand you more than you even understand yourself, family. So rock with your boy Red Dad, Blue Dad, and saying where Sophia the robot is at right now. Let's go.
Where is Sophia, the AI, now? Artificial intelligence is probably the most fascinating field in science right now. It's crazy how we as human beings have come so far, and now we have robots that look exactly like humans. One such robot is, of course, Sophia. Do you all remember her? If you don't, then let's go through a quick recap. Sophia the robot is one of the best inventions in the field of artificial intelligence. She was developed by the researchers at Hanson Robotics back in 2016. While she doesn't look exactly like a human, she comes pretty close to it. Even more fascinating is that she can carry out most of the tasks that humans can. However, it's been a pretty long time since we last heard of her, so let's see where she is right now. Hey guys, welcome back to our channel, and I hope you're all safe and healthy. Today's video is going to be very interesting, as we are going to talk about Sophia the robot. Specifically, we're going to talk about where she is right now. This video is going to give you a better understanding of how much humans have accomplished when it comes to artificial intelligence. So without further delay, let's get started. Sophia was developed by David Hanson back in 2016. Well, he wanted to make a social humanoid robot that could assist human beings in decision making. And it seems he was quite successful. If you just watch a video of her, you'll realise that her manners, gestures and conversational skills are pretty similar to us as human beings. So much so that in 2017, the Saudi government decided to give her Saudi citizenship. David Hanson even went on to say that Sophia could advocate for women's rights with her newfound citizenship. Well, who knew a robot could do that as well? Now, we all know that Sophia's entry into the modern world has been groundbreaking. Through her existence, AI researchers have managed to prove that a world filled with robots is in the near future. Since her development, Sophia has appeared on many talk shows, attended business meetings, and she even attended forums across the world. On top of that, she has travelled to more than 66 countries. With the passage of time, Sophia has been altered and developed even further. Along with that, Hanson Robotics also introduced her whole family. Guess how many robots there are in a robotic family? Well, we don't know about the rest of the robots, but Sophia's family has 9 robots. Among them, we have Sophia's little sister, who was introduced in 2018 and went on sale in 2019. Sophia's little sister can sing, walk, dance, track faces and tell jokes just like Sophia. But her main purpose is to introduce kids to STEM and help them learn to code. 2020 has been quite significant for Sophia. Hanson Robotics introduced a new 2020 version of Sophia with even better features. In fact, she was developed through the incorporation of hardware and software by Hanson Robotics. Along with that, her design was updated as well. Sophia 2020 is available in any skin colour, including the original non-natural skin. Her facial expressions have also improved, and she is much more realistic. She's also the same size as an average human, so interacting with her does not feel weird. From her speech to facial expressions, everything has been fed into her. She also has more freedom when it comes to her features, and she can even move her fingers, hands and shoulders. You can tell that Hanson Robotics has been working hard on improving her features, especially by trying to make her more realistic. The first model of the Sophia 2020 robot has been renamed Asha, which means hope. It is meant to symbolise the hope for a better future for AI. Asha has left the Hong Kong lab and has travelled to India. The robot is a great help in business applications, healthcare and education because of its ability to research efficiently. With the recent updates in Sophia, it has become easier to communicate with her. Longer physical interactions are possible. Sophia has even more human-like characteristics, such as face detection and body recognising sensors. People love her new version because she has become even more relatable. The best part is that she even has a sense of humour. She has brought a great benefit to scientific fields, especially artificial intelligence. Sophia paved the way for new robots like Little Sophia, who is inspired by her, and we recognise her as Sophia's baby sister. While a lot of people are extremely proud of the progress Sophia has made, there are many who have their reservations. They call her nothing more than a doll who can speak. Do you agree with that? Sounds like an extreme opinion, don't you think? Sophia is not just a talking machine, but in fact, she is a robot who can help us understand human behaviour. On top of that, she can help humans in decision making, and she's also working on a better, more sustainable future along with her designers. Her presence on screen helps her creators to educate a larger group of people about technology. It's pretty ironic when you think about it. AI helping people understand AI. So what do you think about Sophia 2020, and what do you think AI will accomplish in 2021? Do you find it all fascinating, or are you scared about how far things can go? Tell us your take on all this in the comments below. I hope you all enjoyed watching this video, and I hope you learned something new. Don't forget to hit the like button on your way out and subscribe for more content like this. Thanks for watching.
So family, your Red Dad, Blue Dad showed you in the beginning. Charles Schwab told you that the pandemic is the reason why the fourth industrial revolution is up and running, and they're doing everything they can to make us, safe, this and that. Fourth industrial revolution. I explained what the fourth industrial revolution. I explained how they're using robots on one of the Amazon, one of the #1 companies on the planet. They already integrated robots just to help out with people from hurting themselves. So they use a lot of things to deal with people health. They care about you a lot, family. They really do. They don't want you hurting yourself. They don't want you catching the cooties flu and the beer flu. They care so much about you now, I'm telling you. So that's why they're using these technologies for you, to keep you safe, to keep you so safe, family. And what your Red Dad, Blue Dad telling you is, okay, since they want to keep us safe, and that this robot, good chance would, take somebody's job, and somebody won't be able to go to work, you know what I'm saying, because they might hurt themselves, but they want the robot to do it for them, then it's a good chance that if you invest into the robot that's going to replace your job, it's a good chance that you can sit back and you can have a 3-day work week because the robot is working for you like the money, and you using the money for your own well-being and goods because you are in control of your money now. So your Red Dad, Blue Dad just want to make sure we have the ability to have eyes to see and ears to listen, and all these things that we talked about in all these videos that we went over, Singularity Let is the blockchain, it is the cryptocurrency, the tokenized, that's going to make this all make sense. So that's why your boy Red Dad, Blue Dad rocks with Singularity Net, because Singularity Net is what's going to make this all on the blockchain, family. It's back to, I think when I did a video just speaking on the value, which was a few weeks ago. If you got in when I first talked about it, it went up to like 65 cents. So you would have won extra money as far as the investment. But family, don't let the investment side fool you with this price, family. This is peanuts compared to trillions of dollars of this AI technology that's coming into this space. Not only just AI technology, but computer powering with NewNet. There's a lot of things on my next video that I'm going to go over that Singularity Net is taking control of. NewNet, that's computer powering, family. That's low orbiting satellites, family, using 5G technology, family. And I'm going to break all that down. I'm going to make it all make sense for those who got eyes to see and ears to listen, family. So just the last thing I'm going to leave on was with Singularity Net, just to understand why I put Singularity Net with all this AI technology. Is because Singularity Net is the decentralized marketplace with artificial intelligence. The business value is becoming clearer each day. However, the significant gap between people developing AI tools, research, academics, the business that they want them. Most organizations need more customized solution that a single AI project can offer, and research projects oftentimes have trouble accessing a large enough data to set the efficient machine learning. Singularity Net has closed these gaps. And this is why your boy Red Dad, Blue Dad is bullish on Singularity Net. Yeah. I am your drill sergeant here in this wealth war. This your boy Red Dad, Blue Dad, man. So hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, share your boy out, boy. I am somebody that look like you. I am your time clock smasher, baby. I got a lot more bullish stuff to come. I'm getting better and better at this, baby. I got the skills. I just got to get used to using this AI technology, man. I got a lot more stuff that's deeper than cryptos and blockchains that's in store. So stay tuned to your boy Red Dad, Blue Dad. And before I leave, you know I got to bring that energy. Turn it up, Rick. Turn it up. I'm going to turn it up on you. Hey. Hey, 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 check my shirt out. I'm not buying Bitcoin. I'm selling fiat currency, baby. This your boy Red Dad, Blue Dad, baby. I'm bullish, baby. Bullish. And I'm going to leave you the same way I came to you, baby. Peace.